the best show to talk about my faction. Can get B and Max reactions. Welcome to the show.
Massive thank you to all our channel members. Your support helps keep My Faction Reaction going strong. I appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome back to My Faction Reaction. You're here with Nathan, the face of My Faction. And I want to talk to you guys today about what we're doing for grinding. At least what I'm doing. It's not what everybody's doing, but I seem to like it, so I want to share it with you guys. I don't think it's the most effective method, but actually I just found this to be the most enjoyable to do. So before we get into that, though, I want to remind you guys, number one, hit like. Number two, hit subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 5,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you guys to help me get there. Man, we're like in spitting distance, 50 more people, and we're at 5,000. So anyways, and if you want to, follow me on Twitch down below here at MyFaction Reaction, _ reaction. Anyways, guys. With that being said, I want to talk to you about what I'm grinding, because I'm not grinding MFP this year. I'm grinding VC. And where are we doing that? We're doing it on the island. All right, guys. Welcome to the island. We're back where it all began last year. And this is where I've been grinding my MFP. I think this is a pretty good spot to do it. I'm going to show you guys where to go first here. And it doesn't matter which headquarters you're going to go to. I've just been working on the tower in the Order of Shadows area. So you can get in here. You can go over to the Order of Shadows itself. So the tower's just over here, and you're able to get in and do the match itself. For each one of these, you're going to get 150 VC as you play it. So it's all pretty quick. You're going to see different nodes here. It's just like doing Faction Wars and running through it, except this time you're going to want to get as much VC as possible as you play through it. So that's the important part. As you play through, just do as many matches as you can. So in this case, I'd select that first one, and then I'd do those 3 at the top, and then I'd finish that last one. That's 1,000 VC right there that you're earning. And you can do it in a pretty quick clip. So yeah, let's get right into that. All right, so I want to show you guys how this goes. Number one, ignore the button presses to start here, the draw energy, approach, rush. Don't do any of it. Wait for the match to start. Once it starts, we're just going to immediately hit a running super kick. I've changed it to add a super kick to my striker character. So there's a super kick. We're going to run at him again and do a diving headbutt. That's going to stun him. Once he's stunned, okay, so he didn't roll over, but we're going to lock on a submission by holding R2 and circle. And then we're going to get in and submit him using the submission wheel. I have a video on how to use the submission wheel. You should learn how to use it. Makes really easy. In and out. In and out is the moral of the story for when you're doing these matches. When you do that, you're going to earn 150 VC. I think it's like 135 RXP if you haven't earned it yet. That's how I blew through the season pass or ringside pass 2. So along the way, too, you're going to get some extra stuff here. None of it's really necessary, but you can pick it up here. So add some extra XP or tower experience. You can get boosts, too, and we'll talk about it quickly. But there's actual boosts that increase the amount of VC you earn while playing as well, which is kind of cool. So we got Ray Phoenix here. We're going to do a Ray Phoenix match here. Now, you can get more than normal matches, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And your character isn't going to be loaded to do this right from the start. I'm going to explain how I've got to my character to this point. It is a level 100. You don't need to be a level 100. Okay, so... So there's one running attack. We'll hit a second running attack. We'll lock on a submission here. And once again, we're just going to stay in the submission zone here until he taps. So there is a chance you'll get a reversal or it won't work out immediately. Still very quick. I'll talk to you guys about the build and how I have this character, as well as what to do when you run into certain situations, because they're not all going to be one-on-one matches, but you're going to find most of them are. I'm just checking. You want to try and get the nodes that are going to give you the most matches along the way, because getting the most matches means that you're going to earn more VC as you play through quickly. And you can get these matches down to, so this is an Extreme Rules match. This should be very, very quick as well here. You can get weapons and use them, but you don't need to. So yeah, we'll just get this one to go here. So super kick, running headbutt, rolls over. We're going to the side. And we've put the Dragon Sleeper on him. And we got another tap out. And you can see here 150 VC, you get earn 1,000 experience, and you get 135 RXP if you haven't filled out your ringside pass yet. So overall, very, very easy to do. Very, very cool, and very, very quick. So that being said, and we'll talk about the match types and my recommendations for what to do in those match types in a second. But I want to talk about the build here and why I'm able to do this so successfully and what you need to do to get there. So if you guys haven't been on the island, number one, you got to level up your character a little bit. And you get a few different things here. So number one, you're going to need to prestige your character. So you start at recruit when you start the game. You're going to need to get up to disruptor, which means that you're going to have to level your character up. I think it's to level 90 and then, or 85. You level up to 85. I think you start at 75, which means you need to spend a little bit of VC. Now, I'm not suggesting that you buy any. I've not bought any VC for this game, and I refuse to. That being said, I did get the Monday Night Wars edition. It came with a ton of VC. I've also earned a ton of VC grinding. So I've put that back into the character instead of spending it on card packs this year. And I still have like 100K left to go because I've been earning VC pretty well with the character. But you do need to hit that second level and become a disruptor. So that's going to be your first thing. I'm going to show you the next system here. So with that, you're going to have different badges. So you can see the badge slots. Now, when you're level 2 in Disruptor, when you start the game, you're only going to have one badge slot here. So when you become a Disruptor, you'll have 2 available to you. And as you continue to level up, you'll get more options for it. But the other thing that happens is the access to badges. So you get badges to start the game, which are the recruit badges. You can see I've leveled up Anaconda. I've leveled up Locomotion. But then when you get to Disruptor, you get another set of badges here, 2 which I think are extremely helpful. Olay, reversing any attack, grants the Matador buff for a short time, and the Matador buff, if you don't know, basically turns any button into the correct reversal button when you're trying to do reversal. To activate it, you just need to reverse one attack, and it's got a pretty decent cooldown, so it lasts for quite a while. But then this is the important badge here, Pain Train. Basically, running attacks do increase damage and stun. So right now, I can do 2 running attacks. I'm at the Hall of Fame level on this, and it stuns the person, allowing me to put on the submission, which is really, really cool. With that, it doesn't work like that right from the start. You got to build it up. That being said, the level 1, level 2, and getting to gold are pretty quick. All you need to do in the ring is running attacks, and they level up each time you do it. So you're going to go from bronze to silver pretty quickly, and then silver to gold pretty quickly. When you hit gold, it's 3 running attacks, not 2. So 3 running attacks are going to stun somebody. So it's a little bit, takes a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more prone to reversal. But once you get it to Hall of Fame level, this platinum color, the white, or it's not silver, I guess it's a platinum color. That's where I'm at right now, and I'm literally doing it in 2. We're starting off with a running attack. We're doing a running headbutt, and I've changed that and customized that to make it quick. I've also customized all of my submissions on the ground to be the quickest submissions. I believe I have the Dragon Gate on the head. I've got the Anaconda Vice on the side, and I've got a triangle choke on the feet, I believe, which are all pretty easy to put on and just reduce the time of how long the setup is for the submission. Because I started with a striker character for the island, and the striker character's default submissions take like 5 to 8 seconds to put on. So I've moved them to some of the quicker submissions so that we can get through this as quickly as possible. So yeah, so you need to go in and you need to upgrade. Pain Train is the big one. That's going to be the one that allows you to stun and do damage quickly enough to lock on a submission. I have leveled up Anaconda. Honestly, it's helped a little bit, but I don't think it's been a huge help here. But yeah, once you do that, you don't need to worry about the paybacks or the perks. But I did talk about there being a boost. So there is actually another boost here. So if you're grinding and you're going to earn these, but earn an additional 5% VC for 2 hours. So if you know you're going to do a long grinding session, you can turn this, activate one of these boosts and equip them. And you can actually grind 5% more VC out while working these towers. And at the same time, while you're working these towers, and I'll just show you with where I'm at within my tower right now. I'm actually wearing the outfit from this tower. But you're also going to earn the tower rewards as well, which includes some boosts, includes some VC, it includes some cosmetic parts, banners, as you continue to level up and go through here. I think as you go up, actually, the rewards are much not worth it as you're getting up there. Like before, we had 400 VC, and then as we get further along, it's 200 VC again for like, what I'm going to assume is like 100 hours worth of work to get to this point. It's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah, so this is what I'm doing to work through the island and earn VC. VC, if you look at the conversion rate on the in MyFaction, and we'll go do that right before we finish. You actually need less VC for purchases than you need MFP. So it's not a direct one-for-one. So you don't need to be earning it as quickly compared to the VC. But I've just found, like, for myself personally, this is the best way for me to do it. And what I find it to be enjoyable and mindless, because it literally requires no thought. Now, you are going to run into a few different match types that will pop up. You're going to get a table match. Honestly, for a table match, it's done super quick. You hit them with the super kick. You pick them up with a carry. So pick them up or lift them up so that they're standing. Grapple, and then L1, and you're going to lift them into the carry position. Just walk them over to the ropes, throw them onto the table that's at the outside of the, I guess, closest to you, the southern side of the ring, and the match will be over almost instantly. You are going to get some Inferno matches, and dumpster matches. Just build up a a signature and a finisher with using weapons. So go get a weapon, hit those things. Use your running attacks to stun them so that you can hit them and deal damage. If you can hit in an Inferno match a signature and 2 finishers, that will usually get the ring on fire. And once again, you can put them into the carry position, walk them into the ropes, and then start the submission mini game, or start the mini game to actually win the match, which at that point it will be over very, very quickly. Dumpster matches are very, very similar. The one match type that I've struggled with is, and it's not struggled, that's not even the right word, but the last man standing matches, if they do pop up, do seem to take a while. Take an extra second and earn 3 finishers so that you can hit a super move, and make sure you actually add a super move to your character. If you're on the island, all of your island characters should have a super move on them, because if they do, it'll make the game so much easier. But hit a super finisher and then they will get counted out. But I've hit finisher after finisher after finisher, and they kept getting up at the count of 9. So I just eventually, I've stopped fooling around with it. I just get the 3 finishers and hit the super, and then end the match that way. And I guess the other match type you might see is a ladder match or I Quit. I Quit's pretty easy along the same lines. You lock them into a submission. You just do the mini game. They will typically go out. Maybe you have to do it a second time very quickly. And the ladder match, literally just stun them again. If you want to earn a finisher to make climbing the ladder a little bit easier. But if you can stun them and get them out of the ring, usually you'll have enough time to climb up and grab the briefcase on the first shot. So they're all pretty quick to get through. I don't spend a lot of time. And for the most part, you're going to see mostly one-on-one matches. But you'll actually burn through that. But what that'll also help with is actually just playing the game on the island. I actually breezed through the final matches of chapter 1 literally in like 30 seconds a match. I was just able to destroy, I won't say who they were, but I was able to destroy some of the final opponents with that. So yeah. All right. Now I promised quickly to go over what the actual price difference is between MFP and VC. So let's look at that quickly. We're going to start off with the packs of cards themselves. This is not my preferred way to play this year. In fact, I've said I've not bought a single card pack this year, and that's true. I've not spent any MFP or VC on card packs themselves. I am just buying the cards I need from the market to complete events when I can, and I'm gonna be saving up for the price drop so I can get some of these Persona cards down the line at a much cheaper cost. But when you're looking at the comparison here, like for instance, you can see that VC is $8,900 to purchase a basic of these WrestleMania 2, at $9,900 in terms of MFP. There's about a 90% variance there. And whether you're looking at the deluxe packs or the 20 packs, it all sticks around that the VC costs about 90% of what the MFP costs. So it's about 10% cheaper when you're getting the VC. Using the VC on stuff. So you don't need to earn as much. That being said, it's a different story in the card market, because the card market is actually showing things a little bit differently. Most of these, and I did the math on these, are going to be about 80% when you're looking at the value. So you need about 80% of the value of the VC compared to the MFP. Sometimes it's a little bit over or a little bit under 80%. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. When you're on the emeralds and the bronzes, it's close. I think the golds are a little bit more and the blues are the sapphires are a little bit less. So, but yeah, it's not a huge difference, but you don't need to earn as much VC to get some of these rewards. And I don't think some people realize that. So when you're out on the island earning VC, even though it's maybe not looking like the same numbers you're earning MFP wise, if you can get through enough matches quick enough, you'll start to really build and earn that. As well as when you finish a run on the island of the towers, there's 3 stages. You're going to get, I think it's 250 bonus VC on top of that as well. So it's just more momentum to keep going there. All right. That being said, guys, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Have you been grinding VC on the island? Is it something you want to invest the time into? It's not something you could do immediately, and you do have to spend a bit of time on the island so that you can get your character to that point. But once you do, as you can see with what I've been doing, it's pretty fast and pretty quick. You just need to spend a little bit of time developing there. But I'd be remiss to not mention a few things. Number one, join the Discord. We've got a whole Discord group. We're 1,200 plus people in there right now talking about the game. And that includes things like different grinding methods. There's a ton of people. I'm going to forget names and I'm sorry, but I'll shout out 2 of the mods, Alan and Charger, who've been posting grind methods in there through World Tour and what's working for them, if that's your preferred method. So it's not just one shop comes all for grinding this year. There isn't really a great method overall, and I don't think it's going to get better, as I've talked about in the past. But there's a bunch of different ways to do it. And if you join the Discord, there's more ways in there. Not to mention, we're talking about World Tour. We're talking about how to beat some of those matches, live events. We're talking about people are opening up card packs in there. We're talking about WWE. We had an entire group discussing WrestleMania the other night in there. So we'd love to have you in there. Join the link down below. I'll also have it in the description if you just want to click a button and get access to it. And then do me a favor. Hit that like button, but more importantly, hit subscribe. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers. Once we hit 5,000, we're actually going to be doing a 12-hour mega stream again. It's been a while since we've done one. The last one was in November for when we hit 2,500 subscribers. So we're this close to doing another 12-hour mega stream. Would love to do it in May. Anyways, help me hit that. I'd really appreciate it. That being said, guys, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll talk later. Bye.